All right, guys, welcome back to Our Wyoming. I don't have a hat on. Son of a... That's more like it. Hi, guys, welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike. This is Ranch Hand Jeff here, and today we're doing pigs. We've got lots of pig stuff that needs to get done here over the next few days. We've got another batch of pigs on the way, and we need to basically build a new pig area here. Probably, what do you think, Jeff? Within a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, we've got to have it probably completely done, right?
Yeah, about.
That's what I'm thinking. Fall is coming really fast here on the ranch, so it's a matter of just trying to get this stuff done as fast as possible and move on to the next things. So we've got 14 pigs?
10, I think.
10?
Last count, I think, was 10.
Oh my gosh, okay, 10 pigs that we're gonna be bringing up, and we're actually gonna get them weighed first. That's our first objective for the day. So we've got to get some gates set up, and you guys get drug along to give us a hand. I don't know if I've ever asked you, Jeff, do you like pigs?
No, I don't.
No. Do you like working with pigs? Do you like anything about pigs?
I like bacon.
Bacon. So we had a mass exodus on the ranch here, on Monday. We got rid of 6 steers, 1 cow that you really didn't like anyway. So
well, she didn't like me first, so it's her fault.
So no love lost there at all. And we got rid of 4 really big pigs. I think they were about 300 pounds apiece. So now we've got a little bit of space to work with. We've got animals still everywhere, but we got a new B team selected. A team becomes the B team, and that's on the beef side of things. But on the pork side of things, we've got a bunch of these pigs that we don't know when we're gonna need them processed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna weigh them today, and then we're gonna do a little bit of math. Right, Jeff?
I'm not. Somebody will. I'm not.
We're gonna do a little bit of math, thanks to our calculators on our phones. And we're gonna kind of roughly figure out a processing date for the rest of these pigs, and if there is gonna be 2 different crops of pigs out of here. So we may end up with a lot of different kind of a variation in weight. We usually do. There's always some smaller ones and some bigger ones and that kind of thing. Yeah. So we may end up with 2 pens, which is good because we're actually building 2 new pens in the pig pen, new pig pen, which we're gonna show you guys here a little bit later. But first, let's get these guys weighed, and to do that, I guess we need pigs. Did I count right? 4, 5,
I don't know, I didn't count.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it's 12.
I get 12.
Okay. A little breezy out here on the ranch today, but we're expecting a temperature of what, 91 degrees?
Yeah, I believe
so. A little breeze is gonna definitely help us out.
Yeah. It'll be a blow dryer.
It'll be a blow dryer, but yeah.
Nice dry heat.
At least my hair will be dry.
Yeah.
So neither Jeff or I can count. We have 12 pigs here that we're moving up into the AeroQuip system. These guys will actually be, I don't know, do you have a guess on a weight? They're gonna be over 200 pounds, I hope. I really hope. Otherwise, we might be in trouble.
I'd say 3 are over 200.
Yeah.
1, 2.
It still amazes me how nice the AeroQuip system is for moving pretty much anything.
Oh yeah.
You know, in fact, I bet you AeroQuip could get into the business, like when you go into like a concert or something, you know how it's just like crazy trying to get in there?
Move people.
Move people. AeroQuip, there you go. There's your next business venture. Get into that. The brand new AeroQuip Q. All right, I'm locking Jeff in there. He's gonna start moving pigs up the alley, which is easier said than done. As soon as Jeff gets them all up in the alley, I can close this gate, or he can. Look at him go. Maybe. Now we've got them all right up here in this alley. So the trickiest part here is just letting 1 pig in at a time so that we can get a weight on these pigs. I'm gonna fire up our True Test scale, and we're just gonna get 1 pig in at a time, and we're gonna get a weight on it. See if we can get this done. Come on in. 1 little piggy. This little piggy is in, and right where we want it. 205 pounds. So this pig weighs 205 pounds. This is going to be a little bit of a slow process because I want to write the weight of each pig on the back of it, so when it comes time to sort them out later, we can get it done a lot easier. Hi, pig. How you doing? You're okay. 205. Just like that. And we're good to kick these guys straight out this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna kick this one out. Come on, 205, let's go. Come on. There that one goes.
The little one.
Little one? Yeah. Oh, there's a little one. 166. Hey, quit moving, you ding dong. Okay, 166. Coming out. Come on. Quit moving. $203. Come on, little kid. We got them all weighed. We know we have an average of about 225 pounds for these guys. There's a couple in there that are pretty light and we'll end up moving them off as well. But about 225 pounds is our average. So with that information, we can tell how much longer we have to keep these guys on the ranch. We've got some little ones like that little guy, 166. 182, but most of them are up over 200. So 202, 237, 250, 205. These ones that are over 200 pounds, we're gonna consider that they've got about 60 days left to go before they're ready for market. That is considering that they're gonna gain about 1.7 pounds per day. Now, some of them will gain more, some of them might gain a little bit less, but this is pretty much just working off of averages. Come on, guys. Go down the alley there.
Come on.
How come it's so easy to get them in here and then getting them out is always a pain in the butt?
I don't know why that is.
Maybe Aeroquip coats their stuff with like some sort of animal pheromone. Come on, maybe it's the paint.
Maybe.
They don't want to leave.
Maybe it's the open space.
It could be that too.
The clean dirt.
Don't go in the barn. You grab those girls, or boy and girl. Come on. All right. I can hear the lambs and goats in here hollering, so we might as well let them out. Hi. Hi. Come on out, stinkies. Come on.
Come on, babies. Hey, girls.
You can go out too. So they're out here in the multi-species area, which was actually helped being built by Beckart, if you remember that from just a few, not very long ago. I just broke that. So Beckart helped us build the multi-species area, and we're going to be using tips and tricks that we learned from Keith and Van while they were out here as we get to work on our new pig area as well. So pigs are weighed, animals are out. We're going to head up that way and we're going to show you exactly what we're doing. What you just got to see there was Jeff and I actually laying out the layout for this pig pen, and then I was doing a little cleaning up with the Bobcat. It's still a little damp down on that end. Doesn't really worry me too much. We got plenty of time for this to dry out and get in and clean it up and all that kind of stuff. Today our main goal is to get in some posts so that we can start actually seeing what we're doing. I'm going to try to kind of show you guys what we're doing up here, how it's going to work, and hopefully, well, hopefully it works. So we've placed these flags right down here. So this is one of our corners. We've got another corner down there. Chickens, of course, are down in there cleaning up where I just tore up with the Bobcat. We've got gates here. So what we're going to end up with is 2 pens on each side. Now they're about 25 foot by 25 foot. This shed is about 50 feet long. It's actually like 46. So we're 25 feet out. We're going to have the half of the width for each pen. So we've got 2 separate pens inside this shed. This is where the pigs are going to have another almost 20 feet inside here, and we'll actually divide it in half right down the middle through here, so that we have 2 separate pens also inside the shed. Obviously we don't want to mix it up and all that kind of stuff. The shed does have doors that can close, so that'll help us out in the winter time. And one of the other cool things that I'm thinking about doing in here, what I really want to do is actually put an alley behind the 2 pens. And what that's going to do is lead out where you see that piece of plywood down here. This is actually an old door. In fact, this shed actually had a house on it at one point on the other side of it. They call it the mother-in-law house. It became a chicken house, and then we ended up eventually tearing it down. But there was a door right there that led into the house, which was just on the other side. We're going to go check that out. And my thought here is that when they come out of this door, where that alley is, we'll have an alley that runs right up along here, and then some sort of temporary fencing here so that we can run them right up into the arrow quip. So if we have to weigh them or load them or whatever else we're doing, quick and easy and in and out. So this obviously lends a lot more cleanliness and everything else than where they're at now. Right now they're in a low spot. Lots of drainage comes off the shop. It's actually pretty dang gross most of the time. Flies are a problem. I think out here we're going to have a lot easier time getting in and fixing it and being able to clean it. And that's why we have these 2 gates here will allow us to come in and clean, and then we'll be able to push them back into the barns, close them up so that we can get in and do that. So also, You may have noticed that I was able to fit the skid steer inside the shed also, which is ideal. We want to be able to do that so that we can get in there and clean out inside the shed too. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay this corner. This corner is actually pretty important. It's going to be holding a lot of the weight of the fabric, the fence that's going to be up. We're going to run fence here and down to here to each one of the gates, and I have an interesting way to do that. I'm not going to break out our post hole digger. I've actually got a small pounder that we're going to try and see if it'll work through this soil. I don't know how hard this is here. It may not work. We may end up having to go to something bigger, but for right now I think this is the way to try and get it done. Now you may also notice that Jeff is not over here helping me any longer. I really don't need his help. That's one of the great things about having a Jeff on the ranch, is that when you do need his help, you can get him over here to help you out, but not everything takes two people. That's one thing we learned really early on. Sometimes we actually work better apart when we have two different projects going on and we're accomplishing more in the same day. In fact, Jeff is doing a bunch of mowing today. He's working over in the RV park, getting that cleaned up also. So this is our Titan 4-stroke post pounder. We are going to be driving 2 3/8 inch oil field pipe today. Yeah, we'll see. We're also going to be using 4-foot woven wire fencing around this thing. So we really we want to at least have it 5 feet out of the ground probably. We've got 8-foot sections cut, so it's gonna be a little tricky, especially for myself, to just get this in, but I think I've got a plan. First, let's get this thing fired up. There we go, fires right up. Ah, dang it. That's pretty impressive. That thing drove that, what, 3 feet in the ground? And this is solid ground. This has been a corral for years and years and years. So pretty solid ground and a pretty solid post. Pretty impressive. This thing is the Titan 4-stroke 37.7 cc Titan post driver. I like it. So this post I'm leaving just a little bit high because I'm going to come around with a laser level just to hit the tops of these and make sure everything is pretty well even. But in the meantime, I can go back and grab some wire from the shop and we'll lay out the perimeter of this fence so we know where to get our posts in for the end of these gates right here. Right over here, I've got the wire that we're going to use to lay this out. And during this build, I'm going to be using a lot of hints and tips that were actually taught to me by Keith and Van at Beckart Fencing. And one of the things they taught me was to use wire instead of string for this. A lot of people will use string and they'll lay it out. The problem is that string stretches, wind can move it around, all those kinds of things, which are not ideal. So if you use wire, you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. And here's another really quick little tip from the boys at Beckart. If you notice, I didn't really make this very tight, pretty dang loose. And I can do that because of these. These are called gripples. Beckart guys swear by these things. All I have to do is cut this line anywhere along the line, chase it down, and then add a gripple to each end once you get it back. So we're just gonna stretch this a little bit, get it added in here, and then we use our gripple tool to pull up the tension. As tight as I need it. That'll give me a straight, true straight line. Over here I've got 6 more posts that are pre-cut that we can go ahead and put in. These are the 8-footers, and I think we got 1, 2, 3 here, and we're gonna figure out how to put the rest of them on in the inside or down in the inside, and where we're gonna put them in there. I've got my halfway point measured out here for that gate, so that'll be our next drop, and we'll have to pull another really quick line for that one. Too tall. I think we might have hit a rock there. Yeah, let's try something else. Now this would be a perfect opportunity for Jeff to come give me a hand, but I have no idea where he is, so we're gonna try it out by ourselves. Stay. Well, it wasn't very pretty, but I think it worked. It's in the ground now. It's got to go back this way about 300 miles. Pretty close. Pretty close. Let's put it in the rest of the way, huh? Time to run one more run of wire here to get us a straight line on this side, or in the middle, I guess I should say. The other really nice thing about using gripples here to straighten out these lines and give us our angles and everything else is the fact that these gripples are reusable. So we've got a little key, you can just take them right off and use them somewhere else. So I've got a few more posts to put in. Temperature is now tipping 92 degrees. It's nice and warm out here, which really doesn't help with filming at all. Cameras hate the hot weather. I am gonna continue to put in these posts, and then I'm gonna get in here in the shade. Whew. Man, I'm sweating like a pig. Actually, Jeff told me pigs don't sweat, so I'm sweating like a me who's been doing this for a lot of the day in the hot weather. So we're going to finish putting in a bunch of posts. I'm going to get my posts set in here, and then we are going to continue along with this project because there's a whole lot left to do, and there's a whole lot more tips that I want to bring you guys. We're going to be looking at bullet fence brackets for our braces, bullet braces, and also the wire and how we stretch the panel and the woven wire over the fence. We're going to be moving pigs in. We're going to get their water set up, food, all those things, and it's all coming up. So make sure you subscribe, follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. Today is the last day for our jerky sale, the August jerky sale. So make sure you get your orders in today for jerky and check out all the different flavors. There are tons of different flavors of jerky, and you can bring home a piece of the ranch for yourself. I have to go get some water, maybe change shirts, and then I'll be back to work. And we will finish this up in a future episode of Our Wyoming Life.